Is Jesus Christ central in your life? The Apostle Paul, writing to the Christians in the book of Colossians, asked that question. For them, they had begun to doubt who Christ was. They had begun to follow after the Gnostics and other false teachers. So Paul is talking about the supremacy of Christ. That's what the whole book of Colossians is about. Christ is supreme. He is above all things. And in his opening remarks to the Christians, he wants to nail that down. Listen to these words from Colossians chapter 1, verse 15 and following. He's talking about Christ, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For in him all things were created, both in the heavens and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. He is the head of the body, the church. Paul said Jesus Christ is before everything else. In the beginning was the Word, wrote John, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things have a beginning except Christ and the Father. All things have a beginning because they created all things. There's nothing out there that he has not created, and there's nothing that operates, Paul says, outside of his sovereign rule, whether it be kingdoms that rise and fall, nations that rise and fall, rulers that rise and fall, presidents that rise and fall. Nothing happens outside of the sovereign will of God. And then Paul adds one other comment, and he is the head of the church, his body, this thing that we belong to as believers, whether it be the universal church, the body of all believers of all the ages, or it is the local church. He is the head, and that means in my life and in your life, he is the boss. Father, thank you today that Jesus Christ is central. Even when we shove him to the side, he comes right back to the center. It's about him. In whose name I pray, amen. Jesus is Lord. Is he Lord of your life?